good, everybody? It's your boy Rogue here, who'll bring you guys another video on this epic Friday of the month. First and foremost, if you guys are watching this on the premiere, I want to say smash that like button. And also, if you love the video while watching this premiere, consider dropping something in the super chat down below. Now, you guys came here for the 5 best road decks, or at least my opinion for the 5 best road decks of the format. And I intend to give you guys just that. So with all that being said, let's get into it. Without further ado, let's begin. So let's talk about the format real fast. The format, we have literally Break My Board or Bust with Drytrons. We have Eldritch being a good control deck. And we have a lot of literally go first or bust type of formats right now. And with that being said, this list is compiled of decks that are pretty good going first, and honestly, decks that have a high OTK potential. But to start off with the 5th deck, we're going to talk about Subterror. Subterror is a deck that's really good for the current meta, simply due to the fact that they have that Subterror trap that resets itself and pretty much plays through the entire deck. They're very consistent with setting up, especially if they open up their one guy that searches out anything in the deck. He can search the negate, and he can search the field spell. And overall, Subterror, just from playing against it at locals with my hero deck, the deck is just very good because once it sets up, not too many decks can beat it because it has a consistent hand trap negate, because it has a trap card that literally resets itself, because it literally can just book a moon your entire field with the main card in the deck. So with that being said, I had to have it on this list at number 5, just for this being a solid rogue deck that has stood the test of time. It used to be pretty expensive. Now the deck should be fairly cheap, based on what I've seen. But with that being said, it's a threat. So don't be afraid to check out Subterror in the near future. You guys want to play a decent little rogue deck that's not meta. Number 4, Salamangreat. Now this deck, as you guys already know, has been hit literally slowly over the past couple of formats. Over a year and a half, it's been legal since the starter deck came out. But despite the fact that we have one of the best cards in the deck limited down to 1, despite the fact that literally this deck got slaughtered and had its XYZ removed on the last ban list, the deck still has a high OTK potential, with cards like Access Code Talker pumping himself up to attack for game. Heck, they even have the other Code Talker that allows you to attack twice and just go OTK the opponent. So with that being said, the deck is just flat out just OTK for you guys that play the deck. Also, the deck has a good turn 1 board. The deck still has Salamangreat Roar that has amazing negate capabilities, that has resets, and it also has Salamangreat Rage that pops monsters that does not target. It doesn't get better than that. Salamangreat is a deck that kind of reminds me of Burning Abyss, that's standing the test of time. No matter what Konami throws at it, it's starting to still stay somewhat relevant in the meta. If you are very skilled with the deck, like players like the Best and Wilson, for example, Salamangreat is just a good deck. And if you play your cards right, you can beat anybody with the deck, especially if they mess up. Number 3, Prankiz. Yay, Prankiz. In the beginning, I didn't really know much about this deck, but thanks to players on my locals like Robert Kramer, guy who he top 8 of the regionals a season or 2 ago with Prankiz, and he honestly showed me the sauce at locals a couple of times with Prankiz, so shout out to that guy. The deck is amazing, high OTK potential. It can build boards really good. The deck makes its plays by playing on the opponent's turn via their monster effects. And now with the new support, the deck just got a Link monster. With the fact that we got Totally Awesome back at 3, the deck can make Totally Awesome. So now the deck can pretty much make a solid go first board with Totally Awesome, which is negate. The deck has high OTK potential, and it has a 1 card Access Code Talker combo. When you wrap all that into one, that deck is very powerful, very scary. The only downfall to Salamangreats is decks like Heroes. If you bring out a way to stop their cards from going to the graveyard, you're pretty much going to win. And a lot of players, especially rogue players that play things like Madoches, are using Dimensional Shifter. So if you're playing Dimensional Shifter and you're like side deck, you pretty much crap on Prankiz. However, with that being said, what as wild as this meta is, y'all, Prankiz is still going to be a solid deck to play. So if you guys want something that's solid and pretty good and somewhat affordable, check out Prankiz, man. So it's a really good deck. I like it. Honestly, if I didn't play Heroes, I probably would play that deck just because of how good it is. Number 2, Altergeist. Just like Salamangreat, just like Prankiz, Altergeist is a deck that literally instead of having a high OTK potential, it's more like Subterror. It controls like a mother effer. Alter guys, even though they have some of their main cards limited down to one, they still can do some pretty good combos. When they have their one Alter Guys monster in the field that bounces cards back to the opponent's hands, and they start setting up their Alter Guys trap negations, they have their trap cards that shuffle the Alter Guys monster to do the chain links on the effects. A solid player, once again, can do just that. They can just completely crap on you and play their cards right, and just can take control of the game. The only problem with Alter Guys now, like Solomon Gray, they've been hit so much that once they lose steam, especially in today's meta, they're gonna lose. Like, if you're playing a meta deck or high LTK potential deck like the decks I'm listed on this list, you're gonna get crapped on. It's ultimately you're gonna get crapped on. But with that being said, Alter Guys is probably one of the best decks to learn chain links in Yu-Gi-Oh! Only because of all the cool interactions with the deck. So it has cool points just for being a good deck that beginners can learn, because it can help you learn modern Yu-Gi-Oh! Versus playing something more simpler like Monarchs, which is good. It's an easy stepping stone. But I feel like for somebody who's just now getting back into Yu-Gi-Oh! For example, decks like Monarch, something simple would be really good. And then when you want to move on to something a little bit more advanced, Alter Guys with all of the chain links, chain link 1, chain link 2 type of stuff they can do will be the best type of deck to run. Now, last but not least on this list, I'm going to talk about my favorite deck. So I had to show it some shine. No other YouTubers talking about this deck on their list from what I've seen. And that is Mother Effing Masked Hero. God, I don't know why no one else has talked about this card or have it on their rogue list, at least from the list I've seen. But let's break down my favorite deck, y'all. Consistency. Heroes is probably one of the most consistent rogue decks out right now. We have cards like E-Call, we have cards like A Hero Lives, we have cards like Yugioh Destiny, we have Stratos at 3. Heroes also have a high OTK potential with multiple cards. We have one card OTKs with Yugioh Destiny. We have one card Dark Laws with Yugioh Destiny. We have literally an amazing first turn via Dark Law Plasma. We can bring out Plasma Sunriser, which is a solid board. We can bring out Dark Law Sunriser. The list can go on. Sunriser's ability to protecting hero monsters from attacks by popping cards on the opponent's board is really good. And also, not to mention, if we have a solid hand, like a 3-card hand, some specific hands like A Hero Lives, Yugioh Destiny, and like say Polymerization, for example, we can easily end up with boards with Dark Law, Plasma Sunriser, and unless your opponent has a Lightning Storm or something that can board wipe, and I've seen a lot of people, at least on Zodiac Duelists with their side decks, I've seen them side decking things like Darkhold, Raigeki, so people are siding these cards. If they side in stuff like that, Heroes is going to have a hard time. I'll be the first one to admit. Heroes, while it's a solid deck, it's kind of a glass cannon, only because they don't have an effect negation that can negate spells. But with that being said, Heroes is just like, for you guys that are part of the fighting game community, Heroes is like Akuma from Third Strike. High OTK potential, high combo potential, good going first, good to learn with him because Akuma is an amazing character in Street Fighter Third Strike. However, kind of a glass cannon. Akuma's weakness, just like Heroes, it takes damage a lot harsher than the average deck, because Heroes, if you start wiping out their boards, yeah, in my build with stuff like Celestial, you can kind of come back and win. However, with that being said, it's gonna be hard if they just completely board wipe you and set up a field of negates. Unless you're playing like a super poly build or some hand traps, you're gonna have a hard time. So, tell me what you guys think about this video. Comment section down below. Like the video if you're new here and subscribe for more. Also, like I said, I'm only uploading one video a week now, 12 p.m. on Fridays, Central Standard Time. So if you guys have any more video ideas for me, feel free to post that down below, and the best idea might just get turned into a video. Alright, man. So this is your boy Rogue Hero, bringing you guys an awesome top 5 on this beautiful Friday, and I'm signing out. Peace and stay innovative. Deuces.